Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract abundance effortlessly while others struggle despite their hard work? Have you asked yourself, what is the secret to living a life of richness, where all things flow to me naturally? The answer is simple yet profound. It lies within you. It lies in the power of your consciousness, in the realization that from this very moment, it is God's duty to deliver to you a life of abundance, a life of richness forever. Now you may wonder, how is this possible? How can a single shift in my awareness change everything? The truth is, wealth, health, success, and joy are not external things to be obtained. They are inner states of being waiting to be recognized. When you understand this, you come to realize that from now on, your life is governed not by circumstances, but by your own imagination. Your consciousness is the only law in your life, and everything that manifests in the outer world begins within you. You see, from now on, it is God's duty to provide for you. God's duty is to fulfill your desires, if you believe it. This is not an abstract concept, but a living, breathing truth. Your beliefs, your inner conversations, and your assumptions create the world around you. Once you embrace this truth, you will no longer see yourself as lacking. You will begin to realize that abundance, wealth, and success are simply the natural results of a mind that believes in them. What you need to do now is not to chase after riches or work harder to acquire them. No, the key is in believing that it is your right to be rich. The more you hold the consciousness of abundance, the more you align yourself with God's duty to provide for you. From this moment forward, understand this: your wealth is not a distant dream, but a present reality waiting to be claimed. Wealth is not something to be earned through struggle. It is something to be accepted through consciousness. God's duty is to manifest whatever you believe, whether it is wealth, health, or anything else. So, if you wish to experience richness forever, it is time to change your internal dialogue. Speak to yourself as one who is already wealthy. Feel the emotions of being rich and allow them to saturate your every thought. So from now on, you will no longer chase after riches, because you now know that it is God's duty to bring them to you. You will no longer struggle, because you understand that richness is not earned, it is received. You are the creator of your own reality, and you have the power to choose abundance at every moment. This is the truth that can transform your life. The secret to lasting wealth is not in working harder or striving more. It is in realizing that it is God's duty to give you the life you desire, and all you must do is believe and accept. From now on, remember, your thoughts are not idle. They are the powerful force that shapes your world. What you believe, you will experience. So believe in wealth, and you will experience it forever. Your consciousness is the source of all creation, the very foundation of your existence. Every experience you have, every circumstance you encounter, every person you meet is a direct reflection of your consciousness. This is not a mere concept or philosophy, but a universal truth that governs all things. When you truly grasp this, you realize that your life is shaped entirely by what you hold in your mind. The world around you is not an external force acting upon you, but the outward expression of your inner state. You may wonder, how is this possible? How can something as intangible as consciousness hold so much power? The answer lies in the fact that consciousness is the creative force that governs reality. It is the invisible substance that forms and shapes all things. Just as a sculptor shapes a piece of clay into a work of art, so too does your consciousness shape your experiences, your relationships, and your circumstances. The clay in this case is your perception of the world, and the art is the life you create. The world you see before you is not the world that actually exists. It is a world filtered through your own beliefs, assumptions, and expectations. This means that your reality is not an objective truth, but a subjective experience created by your own mind. The moment you realize this, you begin to see that you have the power to shape your world as you see fit. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are not passive. They are the active ingredients that create your reality. You have been conditioned to believe that the outer world is the cause of your circumstances, that things happen to you. But the truth is, the outer world is merely a reflection of what is going on inside your consciousness. When you change your internal state, you change the external world. This is the most profound and empowering realization you can have. You are not at the mercy of external circumstances. You are the creator of your life. Now, consider this. If you are the creator of your reality, then you must take full responsibility for what you experience. This is both empowering and liberating. The moment you understand that your consciousness is the source of everything, you can no longer blame others or outside forces for your circumstances. You are in control. It is no longer a matter of hoping for things to change or waiting for the right moment. The change must begin within you. So, how do you begin to take control? It starts with becoming aware of your thoughts and beliefs. Every thought you entertain has the potential to shape your reality. If you constantly think thoughts of lack, limitation, and fear, your life will reflect these beliefs. But if you shift your thoughts to ones of abundance, success, and possibility, you will begin to see those very qualities manifest in your life. It all starts with awareness. To truly create the life you desire, you must align your thoughts with your deepest desires. This requires that you examine the beliefs that you hold about yourself and the world. What do you believe about your ability to create wealth? What do you believe about your worthiness of success? What do you believe about your power to shape your circumstances? If you hold beliefs of limitation or scarcity, you must challenge them and replace them with beliefs of abundance and possibility. Your beliefs are not fixed truths. They are merely assumptions that you have adopted over time. And just as easily as you adopted them, you can let them go. The key to transformation lies in recognizing that you are not a passive observer of your life, but an active participant. The thoughts you think today will shape the events of tomorrow. When you consciously choose to think thoughts that align with the life you want to create, you are setting in motion a process that will bring those desires into your experience. The more you focus on what you want, and the more you feel the reality of it as though it is already yours, the more you will draw it into your life. This is where imagination plays a crucial role. Imagination is not simply daydreaming or fantasizing. It is a powerful creative tool that allows you to experience the end result of your desires in your mind's eye. The more vividly you imagine yourself already living the life you desire, the more you impress that image upon your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It only accepts what you impress upon it. By vividly imagining the life you want to create, you impress that image upon your subconscious, and the world around you will begin to reflect it. As you continue to dwell on the thought of being successful, abundant, or healthy, you begin to align your consciousness with those qualities. The more you embody the feeling of having what you desire, the more you will see it reflected back to you. Your outer world is simply a mirror of your inner world. When you change your internal state, the external world must change to match it. It is important to note that this process requires patience and persistence. The world may not immediately reflect the changes you make in your consciousness, but that does not mean that nothing is happening. Just as a seed takes time to grow and sprout, so too does your new consciousness take time to manifest in the world. The key is to maintain faith and trust in the process. Continue to hold the vision of the life you desire and trust that it is already on its way. You may also encounter resistance along the way. Old beliefs and patterns may resurface, and you may find yourself doubting your ability to create change. This is perfectly normal. Remember that the mind is conditioned to resist change, especially when it challenges deeply held beliefs. But you must stay the course. Every time doubt arises, Return to your vision and remind yourself that your consciousness is the creator of your reality. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the master of your fate. The beauty of this truth is that it empowers you to create the life you desire. It frees you from the belief that you are powerless or that life is something to be endured. Instead, it opens up a world of infinite possibilities where you are the architect of your own reality. When you fully embrace this truth, you realize that nothing is impossible. You can create the life you want, not through struggle or effort, but through the power of your consciousness. This is the key to unlocking your full potential and creating a life of abundance and fulfillment. Wealth is not something that can be found outside of yourself. It is not a material object, nor is it something you must chase after, because true wealth exists within you as a state of mind. It is easy to look at the world and believe that wealth is something to be earned, something that only a select few people possess, something that comes through hard work or luck. But this isn't. The real secret to wealth lies in your perception, in the way you view yourself and the world around you. True wealth is not an external accumulation of money or possessions. It is an internal quality that shapes your experiences, your actions, and your reality. It begins the moment you recognize that you already have the power to create your own abundance. Wealth, in its purest form, is a state of mind, a feeling of prosperity, of having everything you need and more, regardless of what your current circumstances may suggest. Once you truly understand this, you begin to realize that wealth is not something to be pursued, but something to be acknowledged and accepted. The first step to living a wealthy life is to adopt the consciousness of wealth. This is the key. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. If you constantly think thoughts of lack, of not having enough, or of financial struggle, the world will reflect that back to you. But if you shift your focus to thoughts of abundance, of prosperity, of limitless possibilities, the world around you will begin to change. The law of cause and effect operates on the level of consciousness, and it is this very law that governs your life. Whatever you believe to be true about yourself and your world will manifest as your reality. You must ask yourself, what do I truly believe about wealth? Do I believe it is for others but not for me? Do I believe that I have to work hard, struggle, or sacrifice to experience abundance? Or do I believe that wealth is my natural state, that I deserve to live in a world of abundance, where I am free to enjoy all the blessings that life has to offer? These are the questions that will reveal your consciousness. If you harbor beliefs of scarcity, if you believe that wealth is for the few and not for you, then you will experience a life of limitation. But if you believe that wealth is your birthright and that you have access to all the abundance the universe has to offer, your life will reflect this truth. The key to shifting your state of mind is to focus on what you want, not on what you fear or lack. Many people focus on the things they don't want, the bills they cannot pay, the debt they cannot escape, the job they do not like. But in doing so, they continue to attract those very experiences into their lives. Your thoughts create your reality, and when you focus on the absence of wealth, you are unknowingly reinforcing its absence in your life. This is why it is so important to shift your focus to what you want, rather than what you don't want. Imagine for a moment that you are already living the life of abundance that you desire. Visualize yourself in a state of complete financial freedom, where every need is met, where you have more than enough, and where you can give freely to others. Feel the emotions that arise when you think of having all the wealth you could ever need. How would it feel to no longer worry about money, to live in a state of peace and security? When you begin to feel this way in your mind, you start to align yourself with the vibration of wealth. Wealth is not just about money. It is a feeling of abundance, a sense of being at one with the universe, of having everything you need at your disposal. This is what true wealth is. The next step is to embody this new consciousness. Start acting as though you are. When you walk through life with the belief that you are prosperous, that you are deserving of abundance, you begin to attract opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that support this belief. It is not enough to think wealthy thoughts. You must also feel them and act in accordance with them. When you carry the consciousness of wealth, your actions will reflect this belief. You will make decisions that support your growth, and you will take opportunities that bring you closer to your goals. You may wonder, how can I act wealthy if I don't have the wealth yet? The answer lies in the power of assumption. Assume that you already have what you desire and act as if it is already yours. This is the secret to bringing wealth into your life. When you assume the feeling of being wealthy, the universe must mirror this assumption in your outer world. Your mind does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. It accepts whatever you impress upon it as fact. By living in the assumption that you are wealthy, you are aligning yourself with the forces that will bring that reality into being. It is important to understand that wealth is not just about material things. It is a mindset, a way of living. When you adopt the consciousness of wealth, you begin to notice that abundance is everywhere. You see opportunities that you never saw before, and you find ways to create value in your life and the lives of others. Wealth is not limited to money. It is a mindset that allows you to see the potential for growth and success in every situation. When you embrace this mindset, wealth becomes inevitable. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your consciousness of wealth is through gratitude. When you focus on what you already have, when you express gratitude for the abundance in your life, you begin to attract even more abundance. Gratitude is the language of the universe, and when you show gratitude for what you have, you open the door for even greater blessings to flow into your life. Whether you are grateful for the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the relationships that bring you joy, each expression of gratitude is a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. True wealth comes when you realize that you are already complete, already abundant, already rich in every way. It is not something you must strive for, but something you must recognize within yourself. This is a significance to anyone. Your mind is the source of all wealth, and when you align your thoughts with abundance, you will find that the world around you begins to reflect that abundance. When you adopt the consciousness of wealth, you attract wealth into your life, not through effort, but through alignment with your true nature. The abundance you seek is already within you, waiting to be recognized. Embrace this truth, and you will discover that wealth is not a destination. It is a state of mind that you can begin living in right now. Imagination is the most powerful force within you, and it is the key to shaping your reality. It is the means by which all things are created, whether you are aware of it or not. You may look around at your life and see evidence of your external circumstances, but understand this: those circumstances are not the true reality. They are only reflections of what you have imagined in the past. Your imagination is the starting point, the source from which everything in your life is drawn. And because imagination is limitless, it holds the potential for creating anything you desire. What you imagine, you create. This is not a mere theory or philosophical concept. It is a law of the universe. Your imagination has the ability to bring things into existence because it operates on the same principle as the rest of the universe. It works with the unseen, the invisible, the formless. The world you see around you is the result of thought, and thought begins in the imagination. The entire world, in fact, is shaped by the thoughts of those who live in it. And you too are constantly creating your world through the images and ideas you hold in your mind. Imagination is not a passive act. It is a powerful, active force that influences everything in your life. When you engage your imagination, you are engaging the very energy that shapes the universe. The images you hold in your mind are not just pictures. They are living, breathing forces that set into motion the events and circumstances that will manifest in your life. When you imagine something clearly, feel it deeply, and believe it fully, you are planting the seeds of that reality in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious then works tirelessly to bring that imagined reality into the physical world, manifesting it through the laws of attraction and the law of assumption. Most people underestimate the power of their imagination, often dismissing it as mere fantasy or daydreaming. But daydreaming is not an idle pastime. It is the process by which you begin to shape your reality. When you vividly imagine yourself in a different situation, in a different place, in a different state of being, you are opening a door to that reality. The more you engage in this imaginative process, the more your world will begin to shift. The thoughts and images you hold in your mind become the blueprint for your future, the roadmap that guides you toward the life you desire. You must understand that everything begins in the imagination. Before anything can manifest in the physical world, it must first exist in the realm of the unseen. The things you see around you, your home, your job, your relationships, were once just thoughts in the mind of someone, an idea that was imagined long before it took form in the physical world. The very chair you sit on, the clothes you wear, the food you eat, everything in your life was once a vision in someone's mind. This is the power of imagination. It is the creative force that allows ideas to take shape and become tangible. You must also recognize that the imagination is not limited to the external world. It also influences your internal state. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are all products of your imagination. The way you see yourself, the way you view your circumstances, the way you perceive your relationships, are all the result of what you have imagined. If you imagine yourself as poor, unworthy, or unsuccessful, that is what you will experience. But if you imagine yourself as prosperous, confident, and successful, your world will reflect those images. The beauty of imagination is that it is not bound by time or space. You can imagine yourself in any situation, any place, and any time. Your imagination has the power to transcend the limitations of the physical world. You desire wealth, for example. You do not need to wait for external conditions to change. You can imagine yourself already living in abundance, already enjoying the fruits of your labor, already surrounded by prosperity. By doing so, you align your mind with the energy of wealth, and the universe must respond accordingly. The more you focus on the feeling of having what you desire, the more that reality will be drawn to you. This is where the power of assumption comes into play. When you imagine a particular outcome, you must assume that it is already true. You must believe without question that the outcome you imagine is inevitable. When you imagine yourself wealthy, healthy, or successful, you must feel as though you are already living that reality. The assumption of the desired state is what activates the law of attraction and begins to draw those experiences into your life. You are not trying to create something new. You are simply aligning with a version of reality that already exists. In the realm of imagination, everything exists simultaneously, and by assuming the feeling of the end result, you bring it into your physical experience. Another aspect of imagination that you must understand is the role of emotions. When you imagine, you must not only picture the desired outcome, but you must also feel it as if it is already happening. This is the emotional charge that fuels your imagination and gives it power. When you imagine a situation and you feel the emotions of that situation, whether it is joy, excitement, gratitude, or love, you are infusing your imagination with the energy it needs to bring that reality into existence. The feeling of already having what you desire is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the force that propels your imagination into reality. It is important to practice this regularly, to engage in creative visualization, to spend time each day imagining your ideal life. When you do this, you are not merely fantasizing. You are engaging in the creative process that shapes your reality. The more time and energy you devote to this process, the faster your world will begin to shift to match your vision. You are not a passive observer of your life. You are an active creator, using the power of your imagination to shape your future. In the end, your imagination is your greatest tool. It is your connection to the infinite, to the realm of possibility. It is the key to unlocking your desires and manifesting the life you want. By engaging your imagination, by assuming the feelings of your desired outcome, and by feeling the reality of your dreams as if they are already true, you are actively participating in the creation of your life. The universe is always responding to the images you hold in your mind, and by harnessing the power of your imagination, you can create anything you desire. The only limit to what you can create is the limit of your own imagination. The power of belief is the foundation upon which your entire reality is built. It is belief that determines the course of your life, the quality of your experiences, and the outcomes of every endeavor. The moment you let go of control of your capacity and your expectations, you complete your journey to the mission of your life. The power of belief that determines the course of your life, the quality of your experiences, and the outcomes of every endeavor. What you believe to be true about yourself, the world, and the nature of existence shapes every aspect of your reality. You are not a passive observer of life. You are an active participant in the creation of your world. And the key to understanding this is recognizing that belief is the driving force behind all creation. Belief is not something abstract or theoretical. It is a living, breathing force that operates in the background of your mind, influencing everything you think, feel, and do. Beliefs are the filters through which you perceive the world. They shape your perceptions, your reactions, and even your interactions with others. If you believe that the world is a hostile place, you will find evidence to support that belief. If you believe that you are not worthy of success, you will encounter obstacles that reinforce that idea. On the other hand, if you believe that the world is abundant, full of opportunity, and that you are worthy of all good things, your life will begin to reflect those beliefs. Your beliefs are powerful because they dictate the way you interact with the world, the way you think about yourself, the way you view your potential, and the way you see your relationship with the universe are all determined by what you believe. And because the world mirrors back to you what you believe, it becomes crucial to examine and challenge those beliefs. If you hold beliefs of limitation, lack, or scarcity, you will experience a life filled with those very things. But if you choose to adopt beliefs of abundance, success, and possibility, your life will shift accordingly. One of the most profound realizations you can have is that beliefs are not fixed truths. They are simply assumptions that you have accepted as reality. What you believe about yourself and the world is not necessarily the absolute truth. It is merely a reflection of your past conditioning. Beliefs are formed through repeated thoughts, experiences, and societal programming. The good news is that because beliefs are learned, they can be unlearned and replaced with new. You have the ability to change your beliefs, and in doing so, you change your reality. The power of belief lies in its ability to shape the way you experience the world. Beliefs are like magnets that attract circumstances and events that align with them. When you believe that something is true, you begin to see evidence of it everywhere. This is why it is so important to be aware of your beliefs and to consciously choose the ones that serve you. If you believe that you are worthy of success, then success will begin to flow into your life. If you believe that opportunities are available to you, then you will start to notice those opportunities everywhere you look. Belief is a creative force that attracts and aligns the world around you with your inner convictions. The key to transforming your life lies in transforming your beliefs. If you want to change your circumstances, the first step is to change your beliefs about yourself and your situation. The moment you begin to believe in your own worth, in your own potential, and in the abundance of the universe, you open the door to new possibilities. Your beliefs determine the actions you take, the opportunities you seek, and the decisions you make. When you believe that something is possible, you take action toward it. When you believe that success is inevitable, you begin to act as though it is already yours. Beliefs work on a subconscious level, often without you even realizing it. Many of the beliefs that govern your life are deeply ingrained and may have been formed during your childhood or early adulthood. These beliefs are so deeply embedded that they operate automatically, influencing your behavior and decisions without your conscious awareness. This is why it is so important to examine your beliefs and identify any that are holding you back. If you have a belief that success is difficult to attain, or that you are not worthy of love, wealth, or happiness, you must consciously challenge and change these beliefs. Reprogramming your subconscious mind is the key to creating lasting transformation in your life. One of the most effective ways to change your beliefs is through repetition and visualization. The subconscious mind responds to repeated thoughts and images. And the more you reinforce a new belief, the more deeply it will be ingrained in your subconscious. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool. When you visualize yourself achieving your goals, living your ideal life, and embodying the qualities you desire, you are impressing those images upon your subconscious mind. By repeatedly seeing yourself as successful, abundant, and worthy, you begin to believe it on a deep level. The more you hold these images and beliefs in your mind, the more they will become your reality. Another powerful way to change your beliefs is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself in order to reprogram your subconscious mind. By consistently repeating affirmations such as, I am worthy of success, I am capable of achieving my goals, or abundance flows freely into my life, you begin to align your beliefs with your desires. Affirmations help to break the cycle of negative thinking and replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. They serve as reminders that you have the power to create the life you want and that you are deserving of all the good things that the universe has to offer. It is also important to surround yourself with people and influences that support your new beliefs. The people you interact with and the media you consume can have a powerful impact on your beliefs. If you surround yourself with people who hold limiting beliefs or who constantly reinforce negative ideas, it will be difficult to maintain your own positive beliefs. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who believe in abundance, success, and possibility, you will find that your own beliefs begin to align with theirs. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your beliefs, so choose to be in spaces that uplift and inspire you. The journey to transforming your beliefs is a process, and it requires patience and persistence. It is easy to revert back to old patterns of thinking, especially when you encounter challenges or setbacks. But remember, your beliefs are not set in stone. You have the power to change them at any time, and in doing so, you have the power to change your life. Your beliefs are the key to unlocking your potential. And when you change them, you will begin to see a shift in your reality. The more you believe in yourself, in your worth, and in the infinite possibilities of the universe, the more your life will reflect those beliefs. When you choose empowering beliefs, you open the door to a life filled with success, abundance, and fulfillment. The power of feeling is often underestimated. People spend much of their lives thinking that what they see, hear, and touch is the most important aspect of their experience. But in reality, it is the feeling that holds the key to transformation. Feeling is the language of the subconscious mind, and it is through feeling that we communicate with the deeper forces of the universe. The thoughts that you hold in your mind are important, but it is the feeling associated with those thoughts that gives them life. It is the feeling that powers your thoughts and brings them into manifestation. When you look at your current reality, you are seeing the result of past thoughts, beliefs, and feelings that have been held over time. Every situation, every event, every circumstance in your life is a reflection of what you have felt and believed to be true. If you feel that the world is limited, if you feel that abundance is scarce, that is exactly what you will experience. Your feelings are the key to unlocking a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment. By shifting your feelings, you can change the course of your life and create new possibilities for yourself. The first step in understanding the power of feeling is recognizing that feeling is the bridge between thought and reality. Thought alone is not enough to manifest your desires. It must be accompanied by feeling. In fact, it is often the feeling that gives the thought its power. When you think about something, it may be a fleeting thought that passes through your mind. But when you feel it deeply, when you really connect with the emotions associated with that thought, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe that this is what you want to create. Feeling brings life to your desires. And it is through feeling that your desires begin to take form in the physical world. If you want to change your reality, you must begin by changing the way you feel. The way you feel about your circumstances, about yourself, and about the world around you will determine the experiences that come into your life. If you feel fear, doubt, or lack, that is the reality you will continue to experience. But if you choose to feel a sense of abundance, joy, and gratitude, your life will begin to mirror those feelings. The key is not to wait for your external circumstances to change before you begin to feel differently. Instead, you must begin by changing the way you feel right now, in the present moment. Feeling is not something that can be forced. It is not enough to simply say that you are abundant or that you are happy without truly feeling it. True feeling comes from a deep connection to the desire, to the very essence of what you want to create. When you truly connect with the feeling of having already achieved your goal, the universe responds. For example, if you desire wealth, don't focus on the absence of wealth in your life. Instead, focus on the feeling of already having all the wealth you desire. Imagine how it feels to no longer worry about money, to have the freedom to live life on your own terms. What emotions come up when you picture this? The more deeply you can connect with that feeling, the more powerful the effect it will have on your reality. It is important to understand that the feeling of having what you desire is not something that needs to be earned. You do not need to wait for the material manifestation of your desires before you can feel abundant, love, or successful. In fact, it is the feeling of already having what you want that brings it into your life. When you feel abundant, when you feel successful, you are aligning yourself with the vibration of those desires, and the universe begins to mirror that feeling back to you. This is the law of attraction in action. Like attracts like. When you feel abundant, you attract abundance. When you feel worthy, you attract experiences and circumstances that reflect that worthiness. One of the most powerful ways to harness the power of feeling is through visualization. Visualization is the process of vividly imagining the outcome you desire and then connecting with the feelings associated with that outcome. When you visualize yourself already living the life you want, you are not just imagining the external circumstances, you are also connecting with the emotions that come with those circumstances. For example, if you are visualizing yourself in a new home, don't just picture the house. Feel the emotions of owning that home. Feel the joy, the pride, and the sense of accomplishment that comes with it. The more deeply you can feel those emotions, the more quickly the external circumstances will shift to reflect them. Feeling is also a vital component of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion because it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you are grateful for what you already have, you are acknowledging that you are already abundant, that you already have everything you need. Gratitude amplifies the energy of your desires and strengthens the connection between your inner world and your outer reality. When you feel grateful for the blessings in your life, you open yourself up to receive even more. Gratitude is a magnet for abundance, success, and prosperity. Another aspect of feeling is the importance of embodying the feeling of your desire, even before it manifests. This is where many people go wrong. They believe that they must wait until their circumstances change before they can feel differently. But in truth, the opposite is true. You must feel differently first, and the circumstances will change as a result. If you want to experience abundance, you must first feel abundant. If you want to feel confident and successful, You must embody those feelings before you see the evidence in your life. This is the power of living as if. When you live as if your desires have already been fulfilled, when you feel the emotions of success, love, or abundance as if they are already yours, you align yourself with the vibration of those desires, and the universe must bring them to you. Feeling is the language of the universe, and it is through feeling that we communicate with the deeper forces that govern our lives. The more you practice connecting with the feelings of your desires, the more you will begin to notice how your external reality begins to shift. The world will start to reflect back to you the emotions that you are sending out, and you will begin to see opportunities, experiences, and people who align with the feelings you are embodying. The key to manifesting your desires lies in understanding that it is not just the thoughts you think, but the feelings you associate with those thoughts that bring them into your life. Feeling is the creative force that turns your desires into reality. When you connect with the feeling of already having what you want, you activate the power of the universe to bring it into being. The more you practice connecting with those feelings, the more quickly your desires will manifest. It all begins with feeling, the most powerful force in the universe. The idea of living in the end is one of the most powerful principles you can apply to manifesting your desires. To live in the end means to mentally assume the state of being that you desire, as if it has already come to fruition. It requires you to shift your focus from what is currently in your reality to what you want your reality to be. This is a fundamental shift that takes place in your mind, where you begin to view your life and circumstances not from the perspective of lack or limitation, but from the perspective of already having achieved what you desire. When you live in the end, you are no longer concerned with how things will unfold or when they will unfold. You are simply living in the assumption that your desires are already a part of your life. This is a key point to understand. The power lies not in waiting for external evidence to confirm that your desires are being realized, but in assuming that they are already true. Living in the end means stepping into the feeling and the experience of already having what you desire, regardless of the external world's reflection. Most people spend their time thinking about the gap between where they are now and where they want to be. They focus on the lack, the absence of their desires, and the distance between their current state and their desired outcome. This focus on lack and limitation only reinforces the very thing they do not want. Instead of moving forward, they remain stuck in the state of longing, constantly looking for something outside of themselves to change before they can feel better. But the key to manifestation is in turning that mindset around. The way you shift your reality is by making the assumption that the end result has already happened. When you do this, you begin to vibrate at the frequency of your desired outcome. Your thoughts, feelings, and energy align with the end result, and the universe begins to respond accordingly. The more you mentally and emotionally live in the end, the more your external circumstances begin to reflect that. This practice of living in the end is not just about wishful thinking or hoping that something will happen. It is a deliberate mental and emotional state that you must cultivate. You must become so convinced of the truth of your desired outcome that you no longer feel the need to ask when or how it will come. This is a key shift to make. Stop questioning whether it will happen and start assuming that it already has. Your mind and emotions must be in harmony with the reality that your desire is already fulfilled. And once you do this, everything else falls into place. One of the most powerful ways to embody this state of living in the end is through visualization. Take a few moments each day to vividly imagine yourself already living the life you desire. Picture the end result with as much clarity and detail as possible, and most importantly, feel the emotions of that end result. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the joy, or whatever emotions align with the fulfillment of your desires. The more real and tangible you can make this mental imagery, the more it will resonate with your subconscious mind. As you repeatedly engage in this process, you begin to wire your subconscious mind for success and alignment with your desired reality. This process of living in the end also requires you to let go of attachment to how or when things will manifest. You may be tempted to look for signs, to constantly check your circumstances to see if they are shifting in the direction of your desires. But true faith comes when you stop seeking proof and simply trust that your desire is already on its way to you. Living in the end means surrendering the need for control and accepting that the universe works in its own time and way. The moment you let go of the need for external validation is the moment that your desires begin to move toward you. When you choose to live in the end, you are choosing to take full responsibility for your life and your circumstances. This means that you stop blaming external factors, people, or situations for your current reality. Instead, you recognize that your present circumstances are the result of past thoughts and assumptions. If you want to change your circumstances, you must change your assumptions and shift into the state of living in the end. You cannot wait for things outside of you to change. You must begin by changing your own inner state. This mental shift is not always easy. It requires discipline, focus, and the willingness to trust in the process. It may feel unnatural at first, especially if you are accustomed to focusing on the external world for validation. However, as you practice living in the end, you will begin to see how this mental and emotional shift can transform your life. The more you align with the feeling of having already achieved your goal, the more that reality will begin to materialize. An essential part of this process is understanding that living in the end does not mean ignoring the present moment. It does not mean denying that challenges or difficulties exist. Rather, living in the end means acknowledging the present moment while choosing to focus on the desired outcome. It is a state of inner knowing and inner peace, where you trust that the universe is already aligning the conditions necessary for your desires to manifest. Even in the face of challenges, you maintain the assumption that your desired reality is already true. Living in the end also requires faith in your ability to create your own reality. You must believe that you have the power to shape your circumstances, that you are not at the mercy of external forces. When you live in the end, you are stepping into the role of creator, taking full responsibility for the life you are creating. This is an empowering position to be in, because it means that you are no longer a passive observer of life, but an active participant in the unfolding of your destiny. It's also important to recognize that the process of living in the end is not about trying to force things to happen. It is not about struggling or forcing the universe to deliver your desires. Instead, it is about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. When you truly live in the end, you find that things flow to you effortlessly. You no longer have to struggle or strain to make things happen. The law of attraction works naturally when you align with the feeling of already having what you desire. Then the universe works by negotiation that, rather than repetition, you vibrate from your feeling type. The key to mastering this principle is repetition and consistency. You must consistently embody the feeling of already having what you want every day, regardless of your current circumstances. It may take time for your external reality to reflect your new assumptions, but be patient. Trust the process and continue to live in the end. As you consistently live from the feeling of fulfillment, you will see that the external world begins to shift in response. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes, and the more your life aligns with your desires. Living in the end is a powerful tool for manifestation because it aligns your inner world with your outer reality. It is not about waiting for the world to change for you, but about changing your perspective and living as if your desires have already been fulfilled. The moment you step into the state of living in the end, you tap into the infinite power within you to create the reality you desire. The concept of imagination is not merely a tool for daydreaming or fantasizing. It is the very mechanism by which your reality is shaped. Imagination is the most powerful faculty you possess, and it is through the exercise of this ability that you bring your desires into manifestation. Today I have to explain to you an unprecedented event that took place in my life 75,000 years ago. Every event, every situation, every outcome in your life is preceded by an image or thought formed in your mind. Your imagination is the creative force behind everything that exists in your experience, and understanding how to harness it is the key to unlocking your full potential. The first step in understanding the power of imagination is to realize that it is not just a passive, fleeting thought process. It is an active, creative force. The images you create in your mind, whether conscious or subconscious, directly impact the world around you. You see, imagination does not only serve to help you escape reality, it is the portal through which new realities are born. What you imagine is what you create, and what you create is what you experience. If you are dissatisfied with the current state of your life, it is because the images in your mind are not aligned with the life you wish to experience. Imagination operates on a vibrational level. The images and thoughts you hold in your mind emit a certain frequency, and this frequency is what the universe responds to. If you constantly imagine lack, scarcity, or failure, you are sending out a frequency that matches those very outcomes. On the other hand, when you imagine abundance, success, love, and happiness, you send out a frequency that aligns with those outcomes. This is why your inner world is so important. What you imagine, believe, and feel becomes the reality you live in. When you begin to practice imagining the life you want, you are not simply engaging in wishful thinking. You are consciously aligning yourself with the energy of your desires. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. To your subconscious mind, the images you create in your imagination are just as real as the events you experience in your physical reality. This is why it is so crucial to use your imagination deliberately and with intention. The more vividly you can imagine the life you want, the more real it becomes in your subconscious mind, and the more quickly it begins to manifest in the physical world. The key to using imagination effectively is to imagine with the same level of intensity and belief that you would have if your desires were already realized. This means that you must feel the emotions associated with your imagined reality as though they are happening right now. It is not enough to simply picture the outcome you desire. You must feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude, or any other emotions that would accompany the fulfillment of that desire. When you can evoke these feelings while imagining, you are creating a magnetic force that draws your desires toward you. Your imagination must not be a passive experience, but an active emotional one. The feelings you generate during your imagination are the key to unlocking the manifestation of your desires. Imagination also requires you to live in the end result, to mentally assume the state of having already achieved your goals. If you are imagining a successful career, for example, do not simply picture yourself working in that career. Feel the emotions you would feel once you are already in that position. How does it feel to be recognized for your achievements? How does it feel to be financially secure in your chosen field? The more vividly you can experience these feelings, the more real and attainable your goal becomes. One of the most powerful tools to amplify the effectiveness of your imagination is visualization. Visualization involves creating a clear, detailed mental image of your desired outcome. You must use all of your senses to make the image as real as possible in your mind's eye. Imagine the colors, the sounds, the smells, the textures, anything that can make the image more vivid. The more detailed your visualization, the stronger the connection between your inner world and the universe's response. The universe, in turn, begins to rearrange itself to bring the conditions that match your mental image into your experience. However, visualization alone is not enough. You must also practice embodiment. This means not only imagining your desired outcome, but also embodying the feelings, thoughts, and actions of someone who has already achieved that outcome. If you are visualizing financial abundance, begin to imagine how you would think and act if you were already wealthy. What decisions would you make? How would you carry yourself? What would you do with your time and energy? These actions and feelings are a reflection of the end result, and they serve as a bridge between your imagined world and your physical reality. It is also important to understand that imagination is not a one-time exercise. It must be practiced regularly to be effective. Just as a muscle needs regular exercise to grow stronger, your ability to manifest through imagination requires consistent use. This is not about forcing things to happen, but about creating a mental habit of aligning your thoughts and feelings with the reality you wish to create. You must practice imagining the life you want with the same consistency and belief that you would apply to any other goal or endeavor. One of the most significant aspects of using imagination effectively is the understanding that your external world is always reflecting your internal world. What you imagine, believe, and feel on the inside is mirrored in your outer reality. If you are imagining a life of lack, your external world will reflect this belief. But if you consistently imagine success, abundance, and fulfillment, your outer world will begin to mirror that as well. The power of imagination lies in its ability to shift your internal state. And once you shift your internal state, the external world must follow suit. The world does not change first, and then you respond. You must change your inner world, and the world will respond to you. Many people struggle with doubts and disbelief when they begin to practice imagination. They may wonder if their imagined desires will truly come to pass, or if they are simply engaging in wishful thinking. The truth is, doubt is the enemy of manifestation. Doubt undermines the power of your imagination and weakens its ability to create change. When you imagine, you must do so with absolute certainty and conviction. You must believe that your desires are already on their way to you, even if there is no immediate evidence of this in your physical reality. Trust that the universe is already working behind the scenes to bring your imagined reality into form. Imagination is a tool of creation, and it is through the use of imagination that you shape your world. The more vividly, emotionally, and consistently you engage in the process of imagining the life you want, the more quickly it will begin to manifest. Your imagination is the key to unlocking the full potential of your life, and by using it wisely, you create the conditions for success, abundance, and fulfillment. Every thought, every image, every feeling you create in your mind is a seed that will eventually sprout and become your reality. The world is yours to create, and imagination is the tool that allows you to bring your dreams into existence. The concept of faith is often misunderstood. People tend to view faith as merely a belief in something, a mental agreement with an idea or a set of principles. But true faith is far more powerful than mere belief. Faith is the unwavering conviction that what you desire is already a part of your life, regardless of the evidence in front of you. Faith is not passive. It is active, dynamic, and creative. When you truly understand faith in this way, you unlock the full potential of your desires and begin to shape your reality in profound ways. Faith is the belief in the unseen, the assurance that your desires are already fulfilled, even though they have not yet materialized in the physical world. This is the essence of true faith. To live as though the things you desire are already yours, without waiting for external proof. The external world operates according to laws that are not always visible, but the inner world of thought, feeling, and belief governs the outcomes of your life. Faith bridges the gap between the unseen and the seen, between the internal world of your thoughts and the external world of your experiences. When you have true faith, you do not question the outcome of your desires. You do not sit in doubt, wondering whether what you want is possible or if you are deserving. Instead, you hold firmly to the knowledge that what you desire is already on its way to you. Faith is not about striving or effort. it is about trust. You trust that the universe, or whatever force you believe in, is working behind the scenes to bring your desires into physical manifestation. You trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see the results in your external reality. Faith operates in the same way that you trust the law of gravity. You do not question whether gravity will work when you drop something. You grab before you go into the city or village, and you do not question whether gravity will work when you drop something. You simply know that it will, because it has been proven time and time again. In the same way, faith in your desires operates as a law of the mind. When you truly believe that your desires are already fulfilled, the universe must bring them into being. Faith is the foundation upon which your desires are built. Without faith, your desires remain empty wishes, without substance or power. But when you fully trust in your ability to create and manifest your desires, you activate the creative power of the universe. One of the most important aspects of faith is its connection to the feeling of already having what you desire. Faith is not simply an intellectual exercise. It is a deeply emotional experience. When you truly have faith, you feel the emotions of already having what you want. Faith is the confidence that your desires are a natural and inevitable part of your reality. And this confidence is not something you need to wait for. It is something you can generate within yourself at any moment. When you feel the emotions of already having your desires, you are aligning yourself with the energy that attracts those desires into your life. Faith also requires the ability to let go. This means releasing the need to control how and when your desires will manifest. So often, people feel that they must dictate the exact manner in which their desires will come into being. But true faith is about surrendering to the process, trusting that the universe knows the best path to bring your desires into your life. You must release any attachment to the how or when, and instead focus on living in the assumption that your desires are already fulfilled. It is in this surrender that you demonstrate the deepest level of faith, for you are saying, I trust that this is already done, and I do not need to control the process. Faith is also about persistence. It is easy to have faith when things are going well, when everything is in alignment, and the evidence of your desires is starting to show up. But true faith is required when the circumstances in your life seem to suggest otherwise. When you are faced with challenges, setbacks, or delays, it is in those moments that your faith is truly tested. However, it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that you have the opportunity to prove to yourself that your faith is unwavering. The key to manifesting your desires is to continue living as though your desires are already fulfilled, regardless of the external circumstances. It is in this persistence that your faith begins to work on your behalf. Another aspect of faith is the power of affirmations. Affirmations are the spoken expressions of your faith. They are the words you speak that affirm the reality you are creating. When you affirm something, you are not just repeating words. You are declaring your faith in the truth of what you desire. Your words carry an energetic vibration, and when you consistently speak affirmations that align with your desires, you strengthen your belief and faith in the manifestation of those desires. Affirmations serve as a powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious mind, shifting your belief system and aligning your thoughts with your desires. Faith is also tied to your ability to visualize your desires. When you visualize, you are mentally rehearsing the fulfillment of your desires, which strengthens your belief in their inevitable manifestation. Just as an athlete visualizes their performance before stepping onto the field, you must visualize the achievement of your desires before they appear in your physical world. As you do so, you are not just imagining an event, you are embodying the emotions and sensations that come with that event. You are creating a mental and emotional blueprint that the universe will follow in the physical world. A common obstacle to faith is doubt. Doubt undermines the power of faith and keeps you anchored in the belief that what you want is not possible or that it is out of reach. The moment you begin to doubt, you lower your vibration and create resistance to the manifestation of your desires. Doubt is the opposite of faith, and it must be addressed if you are to truly manifest your desires. The key to overcoming doubt is to continue affirming and visualizing the truth of your desires, no matter what your external reality may suggest. The more you persist in the assumption that your desires are already true, the more your doubts will dissipate and your faith will grow stronger. Faith is also about alignment. To manifest your desires, you must align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the belief that your desires are already fulfilled. This means that you do not just think positively about your desires, you also feel the emotions of having them and act as though they are already part of your reality. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all in alignment with your desires, you create a powerful magnetic force that pulls your desires toward you. Ultimately, faith is about trust. It is the trust that what you desire is already on its way to you, and that you do not need to struggle or force things to happen. Faith is the assurance that you are always supported, always guided, and always in alignment with the universal laws that govern your reality. The more you cultivate faith in yourself, in your desires, and in the process of manifestation, the more you will begin to see your desires materialize in the physical world. Faith is the foundation upon which everything is built. And when you learn to harness the full power of faith, you unlock the door to limitless possibilities. As we reflect on the principles shared, it becomes evident that the power to create the life we desire lies within each of us. From understanding the role of imagination and the transformative nature of faith, to recognizing the importance of persistence, belief, and alignment, we see that everything we need to shape our reality is already available. The thoughts we entertain, the images we conjure, and the unwavering faith we hold in our desires all combine to form the blueprint of our existence. The journey to manifesting our dreams is not one of struggle or force, but of inner alignment with the truth that our desires are already ours. The more we internalize these principles and allow ourselves to live in the assumption that our goals are already fulfilled, the more effortlessly our external reality begins to refill that belief. As you step into this power, remember that faith is the driving force that will carry you through challenges, doubt, and uncertainty. It is the unwavering trust in the unseen that transforms the invisible into the visible. You are the creator of your reality, and by mastering your thoughts, feelings, and faith, you unlock the full potential of what is possible. The world around you is simply a reflection of your inner world, and as you consistently embody the feelings of your desires, they will manifest before you. The time to begin is now. Take hold of your imagination, cultivate faith, and trust the process. You have the power to shape your future, and it all begins with the inner conviction that your dreams are already on their way to you.